Tonight, reporting from Normandy as the world now marks D-Day 75 years later. Tonight, saluting the heroes of D-Day. The World War II veterans from America who made the journey right here with us. Their bravery, their chilling descriptions, what they saw and what they did that changed the course of history. President Trump, the Queen, and other world leaders tonight already saluting the young sons who became men that day. And tonight, what the world can expect right here in Normandy tomorrow. Also tonight, the other news back home, the doctor charged with murder. Authorities now say he killed 25 patients, what we've learned. The school massacre in Parkland, and tonight news on that major arrest. The Parkland deputy charged. They say his inaction cost lives, and today shackled in court as parents speak out. The flood emergency turning deadly tonight as flash floods strike a major American city. Drivers losing control, new watches in effect tonight. And the Mississippi, Arkansas, and Missouri rivers all threatened with more rain coming. Yet another vacation death tonight, this time a 41-year-old woman found dead in her hotel room in the Dominican Republic. Just days before, a Maryland couple was found dead at the same resort. Officials now saying they all died from the same cause. The daycare worker facing abuse charges tonight, caught on camera, shaking and slapping a toddler. And our series returned to Normandy. The veterans from every corner of America and the paratrooper who returned at 97, making the same jump again today.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from Normandy, France.
And good evening tonight from Normandy, France, where world leaders and World War II veterans are gathering to mark D-Day 75 years ago tomorrow. June 6th, 1944, a day that changed the course of the war, the course of history. The operation cost the lives of 10,000 Allied forces. It's believed more than 4,000 died on that first day alone. So many of them are buried right here, never making it home. The commemorations began today in Portsmouth, England. President Trump and the First Lady, along with the Queen and other dignitaries, right there where many of those troops set out to cross the English Channel for the shores of Normandy. Tonight, we hear from those World War II veterans from America who made the trip. We have been documenting their journey. And the president taking part in the solemn events and making news tonight of his own when asked about avoiding the Vietnam War draft. ABC's Terry Moran leads us off tonight from Paris.
In Portsmouth on the English Channel, a remembrance and a celebration. Leaders from 15 nations, those who sent their sons from this port to free Europe, and Chancellor Merkel from Germany there too. Queen Elizabeth, the last world leader who was an active participant in World War II. She was a truck mechanic and driver, paid tribute to the troops of D-Day.
The wartime generation, my generation, is resilient, and I'm delighted to be with you in Portsmouth today.
President Trump read from President Franklin Roosevelt's famous D-Day prayer broadcast to the nation over the radio that fateful night.
And we know that by thy grace and by the righteous of our cause, our sons will triumph.
And this remarkable moment, D-Day veterans walk on stage, old men who were heroes in their youth, and all the leaders, the Queen too, rise to honor them. Afterwards, the president bidding farewell to Her Majesty, who he clearly admires.
Great woman, great woman.
The day's commemoration of heroism in war triggering a question to Trump from his friend Piers Morgan on ITV's Good Morning Britain. Morgan asked the president, who avoided service in Vietnam, whether he'd wished he'd gone.
Well, I was never a fan of that war, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a terrible war. I thought it was very far away. Nobody ever, you're talking about Vietnam, and at that time, nobody ever heard of the country. This isn't like I'm fighting against Nazi Germany. We're fighting against Hitler.
Would you like to have served generally, perhaps in another?
I would not have minded that at all. I would have been honored, but I think I make up for it right now. Look, $700 billion I gave last year, and then this year $716 billion.
Terry Moran joined us live tonight from Paris. And Terry, we know the president is heading here to Normandy tomorrow.
That's right, stopping over in Ireland tonight, David. He's stopping at his golf club on the Atlantic coast, but tomorrow he will be in Normandy joining Chancellor Merkel and the leaders of that alliance that liberated a continent. David?
And we'll see you right here as well, Terry. Thank you. And as I mentioned at the top tonight, we have been documenting the journey for those World War II veterans from America. They are here in Normandy tonight, and what they told me here today in just a moment. But we are following the other major news of this evening. Several developing headlines back home tonight. An Ohio doctor has been charged with 25 counts of murder, accused of deliberately prescribing overdoses of painkillers for patients who then died. He has pleaded not guilty, and tonight family members are now speaking out. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight, shocking allegations against an Ohio doctor facing murder charges for the deaths of 25 patients.
The patients' families want to hear from you. What do you say to that?
Today, Dr. William Husel pleading not guilty before a judge. The 43-year-old accused of ordering fatal doses of pain medication while working as a critical care physician at Mount Carmel Health.
This breach of a doctor's oath is vile and worthy of today's actions, and that begins the process of holding this accused killer criminally accountable.
Amy Pfaff says her mother died under Dr. Husel's care after prosecutors say she was given an excessive amount of fentanyl, 500 micrograms, considered a lethal dose. Her family told the prognosis was grim, something they now question.
If she were still alive today and she heard about this on the news, guaranteed she'd be sitting in her living room crying for all these families.
That hospital now facing a barrage of lawsuits. Prosecutors say they opened their investigation last December when the hospital raised concerns Dr. Husel was administering alarming doses of fentanyl. David, a lawyer for the doctor today, saying he never intended to kill anyone. Prosecutors saying they don't have a motive and they don't expect anyone else will be charged. David?
Eva Pilgrim tonight. Eva, thank you. We turn next to the major headline in Parkland, Florida tonight after that devastating school massacre. The former sheriff's deputy arrested and charged today. He was in court, accused of neglecting his duties. Surveillance showing that deputy outside the high school as the rampage was underway inside. Prosecutors say his inaction cost lives. Tonight, some parents are applauding his arrest, but prosecutors could face a challenge in convicting him. ABC's Victor Akendo is in Florida tonight.
I will call Scott Peterson.
Disgraced former school resource officer Scott Peterson in handcuffs, appearing before a Florida judge today, facing charges of child neglect, culpable negligence, and perjury after a state investigation found Peterson did absolutely nothing to mitigate the carnage at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
I think we got shots fired. Possible shots fired.
While Nicholas Cruz allegedly shot his way through the building. The former Broward Sheriff's deputy headed toward the building but stayed outside as 17 students and staff were massacred inside, 17 others wounded. His attorney says Mr. Peterson was not criminally negligent in his actions, as no police officer has ever been prosecuted for his or her actions in responding to an active shooter incident. But parents of the victims tonight are calling the arrest justice.
He was a coward that day. He was there supposedly to save not only the students, the teachers, everyone, and he did nothing.
Peterson is still booked into the Broward County Jail. His attorney is fighting those child neglect charges, arguing that as a deputy, he is not considered a caregiver under the law in the same way that a parent is. He'll be back in front of a judge tomorrow morning. David?
Victor Akendo tonight. Victor, thank you. We are also following the worsening flooding emergency back home tonight. It has now turned deadly, and there was a flash flood and severe weather threat for millions tonight all the way to the mid-Atlantic. Downtown Clarksville, Missouri is underwater where the Mississippi River has spilled over its banks. Similar scenes along the Arkansas and Missouri rivers as well tonight. And treacherous driving in Houston after torrential rains there. Tonight, there is a severe weather watch for 10 states from the south all the way to the east. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee tracking it all for us. Ginger?
David, more than 9 inches of rain in just 6 hours in a town called Markham, just southwest of Houston. Now those flash flood watches stretch from Beaumont to Biloxi. Most of the rain is going to fall overnight tonight through the day tomorrow in Louisiana. By the time it gets to Alabama, Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle, they'll be welcoming it. They've been in a drought. Not so much along the Mississippi River, though, where they'll get that unwelcome rain. And tonight, damaging wind possibilities from Indianapolis to Raleigh. David?
Ginger Zee with us tonight as well. Thank you, Ginger. And we continue to follow the case of the Texas couple from Fort Worth. They were on vacation in Fiji. They got sick and went to the hospital where they died. The CDC is now on this case, and health officials in Fiji now say that they have ruled out influenza as the cause of the death of David and Michelle Paul, though they say they both died from the same cause and had fluid in their lungs. 5 people who came in contact with the couple are now under observation at a hospital. Blood samples from the couple and those 5 have now been sent to New Zealand to be examined. And back here in France tonight in our series Return to Normandy. As you know, we have been documenting the journey of World War II veterans from every corner of the country. They had never met, but they are brothers, and they all flew here together. They have arrived here in Normandy, and what they told me about what they found here, including the veteran who was determined to find the friend he lost with the photograph he has held onto for 75 years. We have been documenting their journey for weeks. World War II veterans who were there on D-Day, from Alabama to Tennessee to California, all flying to Atlanta to then make the trip back to Normandy together. They had never met, but already they shared a bond. The pilot thanking them.
We can never repay you for the debt that you have paid for us. Thank you.
Flying to France and then driving to Normandy.
Omaha Beach.
Where 75 years ago tomorrow, they were the young men who stormed the beaches, who watched brothers die, who bravely changed the course of the war.
75 years ago tomorrow, at D-Day, I was 19.
The veterans we have followed have made it back.
75 years later, just being back here.
This is stunning. It's beautiful.
Today, one by one, we greeted each of them again, this time in Normandy. We gather in the Normandy American Cemetery, the site of the first cemetery set up by the U.S. Army just 2 days after D-Day.
As we sit here in the cemetery, you can't help but to think of
That's true.
the brothers who didn't come home.
That's true.
What is it like to be back 75 years later?
Well, it's a good feeling now.
A good feeling now, he says, that their shared history is being remembered on this anniversary. But Jack Claiborne says remembering that day isn't easy.
75 years later, do you still remember that day?
Yes, sir. Vividly. Yes, sir.
They all do, which is why for some, the decision to come back was not an easy one.
In many ways, it's difficult to come back.
True. In fact, this is my first time back. And I came within, I'm going to say, 1 hour of not coming back.
Harold McMurrin of Newmarket, Alabama. He has often thought of the men who did not come back, who did not have the lives that they did.
Are you thinking about them right now?
Yes, I'm thinking about them right now because I'm right next to them, so I have to think about it. But I will not dwell on it.
Vincent Unger from Orlando did not know how he would feel seeing the cemetery.
I was wondering how I would react, and really I was captured. I still am weeping within some because I saw so many young guys that day lost their lives.
These veterans now returning to those beaches of Normandy. 50 miles of coastline, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, Sword. Veterans, hand in hand, returning to where it all began. Harold collecting sand to take home with him. And strangers walking up to Onofrio Zicari from Las Vegas to say thank you.
Thank you for everything you guys did. Very good. Thank you.
75 years after the bloodshed on this beach.
This whole beach, whole section, as far as the eye could see, was just men coming ashore, Unbelievable.
And Onofrio had one more wish.
And a lot of graves. Look at all the crosses, oh boy.
To find the grave of the friend he lost. He still has the photograph of him standing before his friend's grave so long ago. And all these years later, he finds him again. Donald E. Simmons, who died on June 6, 1944.
He was in the service with me, and he got killed.
And on the eve of this anniversary, we wondered, has this trip helped?
Has it brought any closure?
Yeah, it's brought closure because it brought me to another way of thinking. And it's done a real good thing for me. It's given me a peaceful feeling anyway.
And for Harold, who almost did not come.
Has this brought you some peace?
Yes, it has.
Well, we're grateful you came back.
Thank you.
How important is it
that everyone back home remember?
I don't want anybody to forget this. It's too important.